the new stimulus check announcement from Trump and exactly what he said. Now, I have this video clip for you right here, which I will be popping up on the screen in just a minute so you can see and hear for yourself exactly what the president said about this. It's only about a 30-second clip. You can hear it, and again, I'll play it for you here in just a second, and then we can talk through all the details as far as what does the president mean by this and why did he just say that? Because this is looking and feeling pretty encouraging if they really are talking about this. As he states, again, here in this video, you'll hear it here in just a second. Now, yesterday evening, I was out in a live stream. We talked about the details of what the president said here. I gave you all the information that we know as of now. Well, as a result of that live stream, down below in the comment section on that video, I've had a number of questions coming in, a variety of questions. In the chat box while the video was live, I actually went back and read through the chat box of what people were saying when it was live, and again, a lot of questions coming in. I'm right there with you. We all have a lot of questions about this. So I want you to hear the clip. Let's play it here in just a second, and then I'll come back and we can talk about the details a little bit further. All right, so let's play this right here, right now. Again, it's only about 33 seconds long, and then I will catch you afterward, and we'll talk through all the details. All right, here's the president.
Do you think there's the possibility of a rebate to the American public in terms of all of that money?
We're thinking about that, actually. We have so much money coming in. We're thinking about a little rebate, but the big thing we want to do is pay down debt. But we're thinking about a rebate. That's a very good question. You just made a lot of news. We're thinking about a rebate because we have so much money coming in from tariffs that a little rebate for people of a certain income level might be very nice.
Okay, so there it is, the clip of the president speaking about this, and as you could hear from the very start, there was a reporter that asked him about the distribution of money, in other words, rebate checks, with all of the money that they are bringing in through tariff revenues. Now, you heard the president say it a couple times. We're bringing in so much money right now. He's referring to tariff revenues. Now, I looked up the statistics on this. As of right now, the United States has brought in a little over $100 billion in tariff revenue. Well, that's exactly what they're talking about here. As of now, so the tariffs have only been in place a little while here, a handful of months, but they've already brought in $100 billion, and the projections are to bring in about $300 billion a year of tariff revenue. Now, the reason that that's important because this is where the money would come from for the distribution of these rebate checks that they're talking about. Okay, so as you could also hear, is pretty vague as far as what the president indicated. Now, I'm going to be fair with you. It was kind of hard to hear him because there was a lot of background noise. There was actually that helicopter in the background running. The engine was very loud. It was very difficult to hear what he was saying, right? But anyway, just to interpret it a little bit further. So the president indicated that they've been thinking about the distribution of rebate payments or rebate checks, in other words, stimulus checks, literally the same thing. It doesn't matter what you call them. They're all literally the same thing. Rebate checks, stimulus checks, again, it's all basically the exact same thing. Okay, it just depends on the name that you want to call it. But anyway, after the reporter asked the question, the president indicated, we've been thinking about that. We've been thinking about basically distributing these rebate payments to certain portions of the population who are within income thresholds. He did not indicate who would be eligible for this. He did not indicate any numbers as far as the income thresholds, and he also did not indicate the dollar amount in which would be distributed. Okay. So there's a lot of really vague information here. We don't know much, right? That's exactly what I said in the live stream last night as well. As I said, we don't know much. I'm just telling you what we know as of now based on what the president said. So kind of interesting, right? So are they really thinking about this? That's the really big question here is, are they really talking about this? Or did the reporter ask the question, the president thought, hey, this is kind of a great opportunity to, get a little attention here, to make some news about this whole situation, and to act like, yeah, we're talking about it, we're thinking about it, distributing some of this money. Are they really doing that? We don't know. That's the details of this, is we don't really know if they actually are talking about it, considering it, or if they're just pretending like they are, again, to get us to sit here and talk about it. Now, obviously, if they were going to give some kind of rebate, then I think all of us would probably be like, yeah, collect that tariff revenue. Get as much as you possibly can, because the more that you get, the more that you get to distribute, right? So, again, maybe that's just a talking point. We don't know yet. We don't know if this was just, a little bit of a situation where the the president wanted to say that, and then all of a sudden, like, well, maybe they are or maybe they're not. So there's a lot of different factors here. Now, as I talked about in the live stream yesterday, would it be completely the full distribution of all tariff revenue? Would it be a percentage? Would it be 80%, 20%, 50%? What would they distribute? Again, we don't know. But I just want to use this as a reference. Remember earlier this year, there was the whole idea of this Doge dividend, right? This is not the same thing here. The Doge dividend is gone, okay? Don't plan on that whatsoever. That whole thing is gone. I had a video out maybe a month ago and I said, it's not coming. I guarantee you that's not happening. Anyway, that's not what this is. Okay, but remember, if they take a play out of that playbook, what they wanted to do was distribute a 20% profit share or bounty back to us based on Doge savings. Okay, that was the Doge dividend. That's not what this is. So it makes me wonder, are they possibly thinking about like a 20% share of the tariff revenues to us in this form of a rebate payment? Again, as of now, they've collected a little over $100 billion, and they're projected to collect about $300 billion a year going forward. Okay, well, 20% of $100 billion is $20 billion. It's not that much, right? But dependent on the number of people that would get it, that kind of determines the amount of money that people would get in this rebate check or stimulus check, whatever you want to call it again, okay? But if they really do collect $300 billion a year, and a 20% of that, that'd be $60 billion, right? Now we're talking more money here. Maybe they want to share 50% or 70% or 10% or 100%. Again, we don't know. We don't know what it's going to be. So these numbers are all over the board here. But then again, the big question being is, the president indicated for people within or, under a certain income threshold, right? Those are not the exact words he used, by the way, but he did indicate that there'd be income thresholds on this. Okay, well, when he says something like this, I just want to tell you this much. I see the comments every so often come in and say, oh, it's just for the rich. No, it's not. No, it's not. Rebate checks and stimulus checks are never, ever, ever for the rich. Ever. Okay? That's not how these programs work. They don't give rebates and stimulus to rich people. They just don't. Those are the people that don't get anything. They have the income thresholds that say, I'm sorry, your income is over X, you get nothing. You get nothing. Okay? That's what they do, is they don't do rebates and stimulus for so-called rich people. They don't do that. Those are people that get nothing. Okay? So anyway, I just want to clarify that really quickly, because every so often I see comments coming in and say, oh, this is just another rich handout. It's like, absolutely not. No, it's not. Okay, so anyway, we don't know. We don't know where this would be, but just simply because the president indicated that there would be an income threshold for people under a certain income, well then that tells me that they would focus it mostly on low income, because that's literally how they do it every single time. They focus these types of payments on lower income people. What that income threshold would be, we don't know yet, right? So anyway, very vague. It's lacking a lot of key information here as far as who would be able to get this, how much would they share with us. We could run the calculation on that as far as how much we could potentially see with this. What's the timeline behind this? There's a lot of unanswered questions here. This is just what we know as of now. Anyway, does that help you out a little bit? Again, I know just as much as you do at this point, right? I'm just sharing with you and kind of speculating on some of the details here. Okay, anyway, you heard it for yourself there from the president. I hope this helps you. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on this very closely. As I get more information, I'll bring it to your attention immediately. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please feel free to like the video, thumbs up button down below if you want to. If you don't want to, I don't really care. Please feel free to share this video, share button down below. Otherwise, enjoy your day. If you need any help with Medicare, if you're one of the 70 million people, you got that team of trusted advisors right there. They've already helped over 3,000 of you here in this community. Most recently, Ken Johnson reached out saying that he called right there, 100% free, and he's now saving $174 a month because of a free quick phone call. And Scott Hoagland also saving about $3,000 because of a quick phone call right there. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, give him a call if you're on Medicare. If not, whatever, that's fine too. All right, anyway, enjoy your day.